Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Bird Outdoors, and today I'm very excited for this video because we're talking about my favorite type of bait in the entire fishing industry, and that is the paddle tail swim bait. And I'm going to give some of the reasons why it is my favorite bait and the ways I like to use it. Stay tuned. Now, the first reason I love paddle tail swim baits, and I'm going to go through my plethora that I have laid out here, is the different colors you can use to imitate different bait fish. Now, for freshwater, you can use colors that imitate shad. So usually your lighter, your whites, your flashes, light blues, chartreuse, stuff like that, chartreuse. You can imitate sunfish if you get those slightly green or brown, sometimes different colors like red in the fleck. And then for saltwater, you can really mix it up. You can go with like mullet or bunker colors with that dark top. You can go back to that lighter color to just get a general bait fish look to it. And it's very nice because you can mix those colors up depending on where you're fishing, and you can use it for a plethora of species, and you can really target down into what those fish you're targeting are eating. Now, the next reason that I love fishing paddle tail swim baits is kind of ties back into the other one with the imitation, but the different variety that the baits come in. So one of the things, as I was talking about before, is color. A lot of them you'll see will be a more natural color, but I know there's some out there that are some are boisterous, a little brighter. Most of the ones I have are white, light blues, browns, whites, greens. Some are a little smoky color, but those different colors again can go back to the imitation and giving you a variety of things that you can target and imitate with those colors. And then another thing is the different types. So you have hollow bodies. I actually don't have any here to show, but then you have your solid body, which are the ones that I prefer to throw. And then you have your pre-weighted, so they have the internal head. And then another huge thing that you get a variety of is the way they're shaped. So here, this is a Strike King Rage Swimmer. They have a very stiff ribs, so they push a lot of water out. While the Kitex, they have very loose ribs, so they vibrate the water. And then these are Kitech Easy Shiners. These are a different type of Kitech. They have no ribs, so the water just goes around them, and they're a lot more subtle. So the way you can use those different types and colors and the different ribs on different swim baits, especially paddle tails, is very important to keying in on fish and getting them to strike. Now, another huge reason, my number 2 reason for why I love these baits, is what you can target with them, which is almost limitless. Almost any predatory fish will hit a swim bait if you give them the right one. So bass are the number one that comes to everybody's head when you hear swim bait, especially in the freshwater game. But there's a huge range of fish you can target with them. The next ones in freshwater that you probably think of are pike, muskie, pickerel. Not necessarily a game fish, but they hit them all the time. Walleye, a lot of walleye fishermen use them. We don't have walleye where I live, but I know people who live in walleye places and catch them with them all the time, especially smaller ones. And then even if you downscale to these little tiny, these are 1.5-inch swim baits. I catch perch and crappie with them all the time. And they're a great asset to have, especially with those panfish. Just throwing those little tiny swim baits, they just can't resist them, have to hit them. And then saltwater, any fish that is predatory will hit one, almost guaranteed. Stripers, bluefish, mackerel, even going out offshore, mahi, using your big ones, tuna, stuff like that, they will hit them. It's almost guaranteed every time, which is awesome. Now, my 4th and biggest reason for why I love swim baits is the versatility. With paddle tail swim baits, you can do almost anything with them, and you can really key in on what those fish are hitting and use it in a lot of different ways to find what they're hitting. So in front of me, I have a bunch of different stuff that I'm going to show you. So you have swim bait heads, of course, which are the most common. Just put them on a head and throw it. And then, of course, you have different kinds of heads. This one's flat, so you'd cut off the rounded end on one and throw it out. Then you have the 360 Storm GT heads that I love to use because they have the little rattle. Just another little perk that you can put onto them. There's weighted swim bait hooks that you can finesse fish with. Then you can even, I love throwing them on swim jigs. Probably the most common jig to put them on. Underspins, love throwing them on an underspin. Also great on chatterbaits. Alabama rigs are a huge way to throw them, especially down south bass guys, and big umbrella rigs for saltwater uses. But the huge range of ways you can use them makes them a great bait to use as a targeting bait and a way to find fish. And because you can throw them on just about any concoction of rigs or blade or skirt that you can think of, and you're guaranteed to get a great kicking motion that can key fish in onto that bait. Thank you for watching. I know it's probably a little sloppy and seems like it was just randomly thrown together, but I kind of just wanted to put a quick video out to let you guys know sort of where I come from in fishing and what I love to use. Hopefully some of you can connect to it. If you like using paddle-tail swim baits, put it down in the comments, or comment whatever your favorite bait to use is in fishing in general, whether it's technique specific or any good old bait that you love. If you like paddle-tail swim baits, leave a like. If you like the video, leave a like. If you want to hear more about paddle-tail swim baits, you can comment and ask me, or hit me up on Instagram, bigbird.outdoors. And thank you for watching. Catch you next time.